Good evening, everyone. My name is Megan Murphy-Chambers, and I am thrilled to welcome you to the Nashville Education, Community, and Arts Television Studios. We have a live broadcast tonight of some truly, truly amazing musicians, and we are here with a live studio audience, all of whom are thrilled to be here, just like me. Thank you so much for tuning in. You will not be sorry. Our first guest tonight are Montreal-based neo-folk world rock ensemble HuDost. Their music kind of defies description. I don't even really know how to tell you what it is. It's eclectic, it's unique, it's somehow simultaneously new and traditional, foreign and familiar. It's absolutely incredible, and you will be haunted by it in the best possible way. You're absolutely going to love it. It's incredible. And HuDost is going to be joined by a Music City legend, Jim Lauderdale. If you have turned on a radio in Nashville anytime in the last 25 years, you have heard Jim's voice or you have heard one of his songs. And tonight we all have the privilege of hearing him perform live. He is a Grammy Award-winning artist, a highly sought-after player, and a hit-making songwriter whose work has been recorded by Shelby Lynne, Patty Loveless, the Dixie Chicks, and George Strait. So he'll be joining HuDost shortly. He's going to be fantastic as well. One last thing. A special element that we're incorporating into tonight's show is we are getting questions submitted by our live audience and by anybody who is watching at home or online. So again, you can call us or tweet us at the number below, or the number below or the Twitter address below. I don't tweet, you can tell. I'm not very educated with this kind of thing. It's a little sad. Text us or tweet us. We'll tell you anything you want to know during our interview segments with HuDost and with Jim Lauderdale. So please submit your questions, because we have a lot that we want to talk to them about, but we want to make sure that we ask them your questions as well. So without further ado, it is my great pleasure to welcome Jamal Wade Hines and Moksha Summer, HuDost.
Trapped me in a body and kept me here too long. I've forgotten my origin and cannot help myself. I am young, but I'm daily growing.
hybrid instruments that has problems staying in tune. If it stays in tune for one song, I am grateful.
Anybody want to guess the name of this instrument? Tiny guitar, that's good.
It is a country and eastern instrument.
Itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot teeny guitar. It's called a dulcinet.
Try to wake up, holy hobo, let your lifetimes drift on by. Don't you hear the rolling thunder? It's just the clear light lullaby. Well, those visions, don't you know, cause you trouble where you go. Tribulation everywhere. You'll be caught up in the maelstrom and won't remember anymore. Try to wake up, holy hobo, let your lifetimes drift on by. Don't you hear the rolling thunder? It's just the clear light lullaby. When those visions, they break just like hail falling down, like waves breaking on the shore. You'll be caught up in the maelstrom and won't remember anymore. Try to wake up, holy hobo, let your lifetimes drift on by. Don't you hear the rolling thunder? It's just the clear light lullaby. Nowhere you can run to, nowhere you can hide. Hear the sound come rolling deep inside you to your world divides. Try to wake up, holy hobo, try to wake up, holy hobo, try to wake up, holy hobo, lifetimes drift on by. Drift on by. Drift on by. When the world starts to reform, you begin to breathe again. You'll be on your way to rebirth, born into the world of men. Try to wake up, holy hobo, let your lifetimes drift on by. Don't you hear the rolling thunder? It's just the clear light lullaby. Try to wake up, holy hobo, let your lifetimes drift on by. Don't you hear the rolling thunder? It's just the clear light lullaby. It's just the clear light lullaby. It's just the clear light lullaby.
Thanks, everybody. We would would like to bring up the lovely Jim Lauderdale, who we are so happy to have with us this evening.
Sounds great.
Good. Ready, Jim?
Sure.
I don't want to be a sinner anymore. I don't want to be a sinner anymore. Keep me on the road that I should travel. I don't want to be a sinner anymore. I pray that you will set me on my way. I pray that you will set me on my way. Keep me on the road that I should travel. I pray that you will set me on my way. Help me live the life I should live from now on. Help me live the life I should live from now on. Keep me on the road that I should travel. Help me live the life I should live from now on. I don't want to be a sinner anymore. I don't want to be a sinner anymore. Keep me on the road that I should travel. I don't want to be a sinner anymore. I don't want to be a sinner anymore. I don't want to be a sinner anymore.
much for being here.
Thanks for having me, and thanks to HuDost for being here and for having us.
Aren't they wonderful?
They're great.
How did you first hook up with these guys?
I met them, I guess it's been about 5 years ago at the Shikori Hills Festival in North Carolina that my friends Donna the Buffalo have. It's near Siler City, North Carolina, and I was just really knocked out. They had a full band then. I've seen them with a full band and as a duo, and they're just incredible both ways. I really have a lot of respect and enjoy their music so much.
I happen to agree with you. I think they're wonderful, and it's great to have you here jumping in with them, and thanks for taking us to church there for a few minutes. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Well, thank you.
Tell me a little bit about your newest album, Old Time Angels.
Old Time Angels is a bluegrass record I did about 5 weeks ago at my friend and producer Randy Coors' studio. And that song is on it.
It's beautiful.
And, thank you. I'd had the line and the melody for a while, and then I kind of finished it in there in the studio. About half the songs I just kind of wrote as we were doing the record. I had set a certain deadline to do it, and I just had to get it done. But it's, I'm real happy with it.
Good,
Yeah.
good. I'm so glad. What other projects do you have in the hopper right now?
I'm in the studio right now, literally finishing up another recording project that I'd written the music with Robert Hunter, who had written the lyrics. He's a lyricist who had written a lot of stuff with Jerry Garcia for the Grateful Dead, and so I'm going to do 2 releases of one's a solo acoustic, and the other one is with the North Mississippi All-Stars and Spooner Oldham and David Hood, 2 great session guys, and so I think I'll do them simultaneously. And I've got a record that'll be out next winter. These will be out before the end of the year, and then I've got a record I did it with Nick Lowe's band over in England, and then a country record I did with James Burton and Al Perkins and some guys here in Nashville, and that'll come out next spring.
So what you're telling me is you stay a little busy.
Yes.
Just a little. Well, you've worked with practically everyone who's anyone in this town, and you've been in the business for a long time. As somebody who's outside of that industry, I want to know what it's like to know that your music is on the radio and thousands of idiots like me are singing along in their car and loving it and listen to it over and over again. What does that feel like?
Well, it's a nice feeling. Yeah, it's real. It's gratifying. But I don't think about that too much, so I just, keep plugging along.
Well, it's working, whatever you're doing.
Thank you.
And I feel like we should actually be in different chairs because you are a veteran host and MC yourself, the Americana Music Awards, Music City Roots, the Buddy and Jim Show.
Yes, and I might start working at WSM again as well. I had a show
That's
there
great.
a while back, and I think I may go back with them one day a week and do a show. So,
Excellent.
But I like that. I like doing the radio stuff.
So am I allowed to tag you in tonight if I get tired?
Sure.
Since you know what you're doing?
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Thank you. I feel much better already. That's fantastic. So speaking of Buddy Miller, I'm a huge fan of your collaborations with him. And it seems like, much like with HuDost, you have such a natural rapport and ease together. Did the two of you just click immediately? Because it seems like it to watch and listen to you.
We do. Of course, Buddy is not as attractive as Moksha.
Few are.
It's not as...
Few are.
But no, we've known each other for about 33 years, and we're in New York together and had different bands, and then we both ended up on the West Coast and started playing together, and then we both ended up here. And we've been talking about doing this record for a long time, and finally went in just a little over a year ago and did one, and then toured last winter with it. And we're doing the occasional show every once in a while, too. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Speaking of touring, I had the pleasure of seeing you at the Ryman with Elvis Costello a little while back. And I don't know if anybody else here got to see that show, but it was absolutely out of this world. It was out of this world.
Wow.
And since I wouldn't have necessarily put the two of you together On My Own. I'm curious how you met and how that collaboration got started, because I know you've worked with him quite a bit.
Yes, and well, I started, I think it was the Newport Folk Festival, actually first at the Opry. He was at the Opry for the first time when they're having it at the Ryman. He was a guest of Emmylou Harris, and I was also performing, and so I gave him several CDs, and then I saw him at the Newport Folk Festival where we were both performing, and I gave him several CDs, and then he contacted me and said, hey, I'm going to be at Merle Fest, and I was wondering if you'd mind singing some harmonies, if you'd be interested, and so we
You say yes.
Yeah, I said, let me check, and then and then he called a few months later and said, hey, I'm coming to town to do a record. Would you consider singing some harmonies on it? And I said, I don't think so. And then he kept calling back, and I kept kind of playing hard to get. And
Smart move.
finally, I pretended like, okay, before I lost the opportunity, I caved in. And so we did a record called The Secret, Profane, and Sugar Cane, and had a band called the Sugar Canes, his backing band, all acoustic guys from Nashville, and toured for a couple of years, and then did another record called National Ransom, and a song we wrote on tours on that record, and I'm going to put it on my country record that's coming out too.
Excellent. It was a fantastic show, and I'll be
He's-
anxious to see anything that the two of you do together in the future.
He's great. He's really great.
Is he as cool as he seems to be?
He really is, and he just lives on music. That's all he talks about. That's all he thinks about, and he's really inspiring.
Well, you've got a long history in this business, and I recently learned that you are the subject of a documentary called The King of Broken Hearts.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, a young fella from Australia named Jeremy Dillon came to town. I'd known him for years. His dad is a promoter in Australia and brought me there about 12 years ago, and he was just a young kid, and then he's gone to film school, and he approached me about doing a documentary, and I said no, and then he kept, it was like with Elvis, and he kept coming back, and then finally I went, okay, kid, sure, and so, no, I'm kidding, but
Did he get it right, though?
He
Did he get you right?
Yeah, he did. It's hard for me to be objective about it, when
Sure.
you see something that's just you, all, but I think he's a real talented fellow.
That's great.
Yeah.
One last very important question for you. As I was preparing for this tonight, a senior staffer here at NECAT described you as delicious. So I'm wondering if you have any comment on being a public television sex symbol.
Well, I don't know. I don't know about that.
Well, now you know you are, so you can add that to your vast resume of things that can be said about Jim Lauderdale. Everybody, please visit jimlauderdale.com to get more information about his music and where you can see him perform. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
joining
I
us tonight.
appreciate
It was a
it.
delight to meet you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks.
you. And now we would like to welcome back HuDost.
Subhanallah wa bihamdihi Subhanallahil azim Astaghfirullah wa la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah Subhanallah wa bihamdihi Subhanallahil azim Astaghfirullah wa la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah Subhanallah wa bihamdihi Subhanallahil azim Astaghfirullah wa la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah Subhanallah wa bihamdihi Subhanallahil العظيم أستغفر الله ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله سبحان الله وبحمده سبحان الله العظيم أستغفر الله ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله سبحان الله وبحمده سبحان الله العظيم أستغفر الله ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله سبحان الله وبحمده سبحان الله العظيم أستغفر الله ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله سبحان الله وبحمده سبحان الله العظيم أستغفر الله ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله سبحان الله وبحمده سبحان الله العظيم أستغفر الله ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله سبحان الله وبحمده. since my love was with me. Just drinking and talking. How long since my love was with me? The night sky is walking further and further from me. I just keep knowing my old foes were bound by desiring the blossom of her rose. How long since my love was with me? Just hearing and talking. How long since my love was with me? The night sky is walking further and further from me. Further and further from my heart is a diamond, mine full of dark debris. But with her piercing glance, the hidden shines in me. But seems to further and further from me. The flares they keep forming, there's nowhere for them to go. There's a fire burning in my shed, and the hidden are running out in droves. How long since my love was with me? Just dancing and talking. How long since my love was with me? The night sky is walking further and further from me. Closer and closer, you'll see. Closer and closer, closer. closer and closer to me.
Thank you. We'll venture east again with this one. This is a Persian piece. It's the words of the Persian poet Rumi from the 13th century, and it talks about a reed in a reed bed and how this reed keeps getting hit by the wind until it snaps and breaks, and the hollow of it is exposed, and then the wind flows through that hollow, and this sound comes out, and it's this sound of mourning, of longing. And someone who's passing by the reed bed hears that just painful call and goes and plucks the reed and then transforms it into the ney, into the flute, so that it can sing of that longing instead of wailing that longing.
Bashna chan hi quiet bi konand az judai hai shikayat mi konand Bashnasnai chan hi quiet mi konand az judai hai shikoyat mi
That was breathtaking. Thank you so much. Come on, join us, Jamal. Thank you so much for being here. We are thrilled to have you. Our audience, both our in-studio and our at-home audience, have submitted some questions, and
awesome.
Fortunately for me, they're all the exact same things that I wanted to know, so way to go, audience. You're the best. Okay, so first thing people want to know is, what does HuDost mean?
That's a very good question. Well, first of all, it's a Turkish Sufi greeting, and Hu is the breath that's shared by everything alive, and that sound, that breath. So it's sort of like, for those of you who know the term Om, it's kind of the equivalent of that.
Or the term human.
That's a whole other conversation.
Human. Same thing.
It's true. Some say that human, that word comes from hu, that breath that's shared by everything, and man being derived from manos, the brain.
No, not the brain, the mind.
The mind, it's true,
Big
it's
difference.
different.
And hu also means God, so sometimes some people say human means God, the God mind.
But as I said, it's a whole other conversation.
That's fantastic. So your band name is also your mantra. I
So
love it.
Dost is the true friend, though. So it's the true friend of that sound, that breath.
How wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, your music's incredibly easy to connect with, so I can see why you picked the name you did. People also want to know how you two got started, and in fact, I could not hope to paraphrase this, so I'm just going to read this.
Okay.
With all of the varied influences, Eastern European, Mediterranean, Indian, folk, was there one particular artist or genre that you came together in the very beginning and said, yes, we like the same thing, we must make music together? How did HuDost come to be?
I mean, both of us love jumping into so many different genres. I mean, that's part of our joy. My training is classical and Eastern European. His is, I mean, much more. He derived from the punk scene, but then also did like all kinds of
Punk,
percussion.
metal, funk, when I was in 3rd grade, Earth, Wind and Fire and Kiss were my like 2.
Good choices. Good choices.
That was my polar, like I got everything I needed out of those 2 things.
Fair enough.
I, on the other hand, was really into Vivaldi in 3rd grade, so it's a little different. But I mean, as I said, I mean, we both love, you know, jumping around on the map. We met at a Rumi festival in North Carolina, of all places, where it was like a whole bunch of Turkish people had come together, and so we met within that context and sort of ventured, bringing in our totally different ways of working.
It was actually in the middle of a big Turkish zikr kind of they call it chanting names of God, Allah, whatever you want to call the unifying thing. But yeah, I was playing drums, and she was from across the circle, was doing this crazy vocal stuff, and I was like, "Who is that freak?" You know. So, and it was we started making music not too long after that.
Yeah.
Well, we're so glad you did. Speaking of your collaborations, tell us what you're working on right now.
Raising a child.
Tell us about Caleb. I've had the privilege of meeting Caleb. You have not. He's wonderful. Tell us about him.
We're working on a couple things. We have creative projects that we're working on that I'll tell you about after, but our main work right now is our amazing son, Caleb, and he's, as of today, 10 weeks old, and he's with his grandma in the back over there, and he's amazing.
He's Ginge. She doesn't want to be called grandma.
He's his father's mother. He's back there with her. Yeah, that's incredible. That's like opening our hearts and the way we work in different ways too. And in terms of other projects that we're working on, I don't know if you're familiar with the band The Church from Australia, but the vocalist and bass player Steve Kilby from The Church, we're doing a collaborative album with him right now.
Wonderful.
We're also doing
A lot of 80s influenced, or I'm actually giving me the excuse to learn some of the synthesizers and arpeggiators and old drum machines, and not that they ever used any of that stuff, but it's turning out to have this kind of retro thing.
That's great. And you're touring right now in support of your most recent album, correct?
Yeah, called Fourth Wave Folk. And that's much more stripped down. Actually, a lot of what we performed tonight is from that album in the first set. And then the other thing we're working on is an album that's entirely more our chant and world music, because that's sort of been waiting in the wings for a long time to come out. So
wonderful. Well, we can't wait to see what's coming next for you. And we do have one more song coming your way from HuDost. In the meantime, we have a brief message from NECAT, but make sure that you stay tuned. I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. Jim Lauderdale, HuDost, on behalf of everyone here at NECAT, this has been absolutely incredible. Thank you so much. So,
Thank you.
Stay right where you are. We have one more song coming after this brief message. Thank you again so much for joining us.
Da din din da da din din da da din din da da taka da 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 taka da 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 taka da din din da da din din da din din da din din da taka da da taka da da taka da din din da din din da din din da din din da. You call me siren and I sing to ocean, wave tide shore pulsating. You call me and I answer over street noise and electric toys and rhythm with the tick-tock of heart. Ba-boom, 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 ba-boom. I'm placing bets on the go-kart race of our hearts, wondering if mine will reach the finish line first. Ba-boom, 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 ba-boom. My pheromones sparkling in the wind. Ba-boom, 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 ba-boom. Bubbling from the most distant and the most present belly. Aisha holding her hands out to me, batting at my windows and doors like wings, with a distant lineage of battlefields unseen in my blood. My jihad love pulsating, quickening, slowing. Ba-boom, 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 ba-boom. Hey! You call me siren and I sing to ocean. Wave tide shore pulsating, quickening, and then the last shudder before the next. Where did you come from, little bird? Falling from the nest, I guess. Beating at my rib cage, ba-boom, 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 and flutter of pulse. I'm downwind from the smell of animal, and even the smallest and most bird or bug has an odor you know that rises out and spills on your fingers and into the wind. It says I am alive, I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm alive, pulsating, quickening and slowing, ba-boom, 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 ba-boom. It says tick-tock, ba-boom, ba-boom, tick-tock, ba-boom, ba-boom, tick-tock, ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-boom, ba-boom. Aisha asked her questions in startling rhythms, and I am still here, beating little heart, beating, beating little heart, beating, ba-boom, 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 ba-tick, tick, 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 ba-tick, tick, ba-tick, tick, ba-tick, tick, ba-tick, tick, ba-tick, 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 ba. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. A long way from home. Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble. I wanna die easy when I die. I wanna die easy. Tick tick ba tick tick ba ba tick ba tick ba tick ba tick ba ba tick 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 tick
Thank you, everybody. So big thanks to Jim and Trish and the fabulous crew here. And thank you guys for coming and being our studio audience with us. Makes a big difference to have your faces here. So thank you.